You gotta give them what they want.
Last campaign, you were just like this.
Yeah.
You were like really serious. The whole
Yeah,
time.
I remember
That was
that.
the same one. It was so funny.
Hello everyone,
Oh,
welcome
yeah.
to Dungeons and Dragons.
Eagles and Divas.
Durbles? What?
What?
What did you just say?
Turtles and Divas?
Okay, now that I got in here. What?
Is it this one?
Oh, okay, I'll put your
Oh gosh, don't do that.
You want me to put that
That's so upsetting. Anyway, those that are watching the replay, you're welcome. You can skip ahead a couple minutes.
First, hey boss.
Awesome.
Good job.
Should we
Welcome.
set this right up there? Just as a little decoration.
Okay.
Oh,
See, that
yeah.
one's probably good now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn that down.
That's fine. That.
We
Reverb.
have a child here with us tonight
As it's my fault.
I
That's like
resent that remark.
picturesque right
It
there
is.
in the front.
it's his David's fault.
It's my fault. I had to get a
You
band-aid
did this to me.
because I made this much sound. That's it. The door open, there was cars and people screaming outside, but
He's been unusually gassy lately.
yes. I have been.
Last time my
Don't
wife
tell
said
me.
that was my fault, or you did this to me, was when she was in labor.
That seems about right. It is your fault. I blame you too. Alright, now that I'm ready, so thank you for joining us for this episode of Ghosts of Salt Marsh. It doesn't have a theme song, but take it away. Anyway, so we played Sinister Secrets of Salt Marsh. We're already done with that. And we're now into the second part of that same story line, which is called Danger at Dunwater. And last time they had some interesting conversations within Salt Marsh. They sold their stuff. They haven't quite named the ship yet, even though that was up for discussion last time in the chat. We do welcome all the suggestions. I did write them down, however, they're probably going to pick something else anyway. That's just kind of what they do. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way it rolls. But as far as any announcements, we're excited about this. If you couldn't tell, I'm just kidding. There's no resentment. I'm excited too.
Our featured table decoration this week is 2nd edition core rulebook for Pathfinder, which I've been playing for the past few weeks and I very much enjoy.
Stop taking it out if you want it in there.
I'm excited anyway. I would like to play it at some point, but for now, we're just gonna keep going
I
along.
think there's a dragon on the cover. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It says 2nd edition in the corner. The guy fighting the dragon.
Yeah, and she's excited too. So everyone's excited. You're excited. I'm excited. All right. Anyway.
All right,
And as far as other announcements, I do have one thing. I'm going to be starting up a live stream right now. I'm going to be doing it
Miraculous.
on a different day to be announced, but it's going to be a
so
set.
little.
It's going to be a set schedule. She is in. This is IRL. This is real life. Actually, it's not too far off.
You keep taking
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a live stream about world building. I'm going to go from point A to the end. We could do a fleshed out, completely thing, and you can be a part of it. You can, those that are donating obviously get more say, but everyone else still gets to vote and be a part of it. If you want to be a part of it, I will be announcing it soon on Instagram. So stay tuned. As far as this goes, we're going to recap a little bit. Hey, boss.
You're looking swole on the video there, Bilbo.
Yeah.
Hitting the guy.
I have.
The guy? Oh,
Yeah.
the gym.
Also, that's how Australians say the game.
Oh,
And with a guy,
It's true.
you're probably right.
Yeah.
All right, so
They're from Melbourne.
Melbourne. My brother lived in Melbourne.
interesting.
Sidetrack.
Oh, there's people here. All right.
Hello. When did you get here?
Welcome to the table. We're gonna get started. So last time we talked to the council. They said that they were having some issues with some border disputes between them and this a group of lizard folk that just kind of came in out of nowhere in a place called Dunwater. And it's a bit unnerving to the populace because lizard folk are primarily hunters, killers, and they don't really care about your feelings. They don't have any. They don't care. They just want to be primal and live their lives. But it makes everyone nervous because there's vying for power people in this place. Some are trying to do this, some are trying to do that, and none of that the lizard folk fit into their plans. And they would just like you to go investigate. So that's what we're doing. We're on our way there. Oceanus, of course, is with us. And did Dork come with us?
Well, we left him on the boat.
Yeah,
Yes, that's right.
he was our pseudo captain.
That's right.
Because they're going and helping with something
Yes.
Yeah, we
That
sent
was
them
a
on.
good idea.
We sent them on some kind of.
to earn money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're protecting fishing vessels.
That's right.
And I will
That's right.
roll for what happens with them and how things
And
go.
Doric is
We-
making sure that everything stays under control.
I hope he lives. Truly.
And the bosun guy,
Good old bosun.
whatever his name is.
Hopefully they don't destroy our boat because I do not want to have to go
Frithoff.
commandeer anyone.
Remember, we
Frithoff.
did
Bonus
persuade the
points.
one guy when we got like the ship's deed thing. We persuaded him to paint the ship for us.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is true.
Yep.
So,
And I have actual photographic evidence.
Blue alien. Hi, blue alien.
did we come up with
Welcome.
a name for the ship?
Hello, people
No.
that play D&D.
I play
No, we did
D&D.
not.
No.
We did not come up with the name of the ship, but I do have a section in
I
here.
pretend that I
If
do.
someone wants to go over that and kind of pick out some names.
I liked from last time. What was
Yeah.
it? Raven something?
Yeah, there was.
Sea Raven.
There was
Sea
like
Raven.
I like
100.
that one.
But
Ooh.
there's
I like the Sea Raven.
ship
That's
names.
mine though.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanna ever go
Should we
over
name it the
those.
Sea Raven? She said yeah.
She always says
Mhm.
yeah.
That's why I asked her.
Is Dad very handsome?
Bilious.
Nothing.
Bilious devil.
Are you itchy?
Bilious barnacle.
Anyway, you
Love
guys
it.
can peruse that at a different date.
Yes.
But for now, let's get down
Today
to.
there is no need for a
we're,
boat.
we're not on the boat today.
No, today we are actually on land.
I love
The
Sea Raven.
scout.
boat name time.
I do like the Sea Raven. I am partial to that stuff. That sounds cool.
It is a good
Since
one.
it is a dark ship, anyway.
I would like to see what the rest of the requests were.
Oh, don't worry.
Peruse.
I can send that.
Peruse.
Boat name time. Nope, not quite.
Not yet.
It's a tease. It's a teaser. But anyway, you made your way by land. You chose not to go by sea. You've been led by a scout who has just cheesed it. He took off. He said, "All right, see ya." And you walked a bit more into the marshy
And I
lands.
talked to birds.
You did. You had a conversation with birds. I was going to
And
get
they
to that.
said that
They said avoid the alligators, or something like that.
Not what they said at
Oh.
all. Just kidding. No, along the lines of just possible enemies in the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Along those lines. I mean, birds are afraid of everything. So, I mean, a cat could be a possible enemy.
It's true.
A larger lizard folk too included. But, and so now you were making camp to sleep for the night, is where we left off. We didn't say anything about watches. We didn't get there. We just said we're going to make camp in
We-
a suitable location.
We had kind of talked about going in.
You're not in the swamp yet. You're like right above it. There's like this hill that leads down into the marshlands of Dunwater.
Hmm.
that's sad.
Yeah, we hadn't quite decided.
No, and we kind of left it
Yeah.
there so
Yeah.
you could join us for the awesomeness. Oh, hi, Mark. Yep, it's gonna be your thing. we're gonna have to get a shirt with you with the
Done.
with the hair and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I think we can make that happen. Hopefully, I don't even remember his name. Hopefully, he doesn't sue us for that. Shirt.
Tommy was
That one.
There's a great YouTube video. They plugged him into Star Wars with his room stuff. It's great.
Done. I'm
It's
gonna
great.
look it up.
It's great.
That's you've ruined the rest of my night.
Don't tell them that.
Look it up after this video.
A player on his phone.
Hey, hey. I'm moderating, so if you see the chat, that's me.
Yeah, he's Mark. Anyway, so leave him alone. I'm just kidding. But seriously, let's get started. So the night is close. It's not quite here. You're on top of a hill, and I was about to start rhyming. I was gonna you have no fear. Weird, but that would have been horrible. So what are you doing? What are you all up to now that You've just hopped into like
we
consciousness.
Kind of talked about maybe possibly going in to scout at night,
That's right.
right?
That is
We
true.
did talk
That's
about
why there
that.
was no camp set up.
So we were wondering if maybe I should go in as like a little creature, or if we should all like stealth in. And we couldn't make up our minds, so
Yeah. Yeah, I remember
Decide
mentioning
which
that I
one.
was particularly poor
stealth.
stealthily.
Yes. Though you are a gnome and you are small, you should be pretty good at it.
Just
You can't step over
throw me
twigs
on a
as well.
stack over your shoulder and we'll be good.
Just sell him.
Yeah.
Come there and
If
get.
they ask, if they
You
ask
could
what you're
just
doing, you'll
ride
be
on my
like,
shoulders.
sack of potatoes, tamales.
You decided
Look, a chicken.
we're tamale sellers. We're heading into the swamps. Oceanus is just flipping his dagger. And oh, by the way, when he was in town, he bought a trident. So he has a trident and a necklace.
How did he afford that?
He used the company funds.
Who's keeping party fund in this one?
That would be you.
I thought that was
No,
Demetrius.
that's me.
Yeah,
Oh, you're keeping the party fund.
I
It
am
doesn't
for.
tell Dory.
I am
I've
for
kept it in
Teldora.
here.
Okay. I just assumed you were
Which
doing
I
that.
don't have my
You
notebook.
know what they
so-
say about assuming.
Yeah.
Is my notebook in
It's wrong.
It could be. D&D is heavy.
It's D&D. Fighting with the demons of you. It's D&D.
Here we go.
Oh, we're gonna list this up after the game tonight.
Okay. So what are your plans? What are your plans? He's just kind of hanging out, looking at everybody, just curious. But
Let's send Oceanus in there.
Yes.
yes, kill the NPCs. Yay! And he's humming a little sea shanty that you can probably guess he heard underneath the waves and just kind of hung out under a boat and listened to. You know what I mean? Like
Is it one that I recognize?
maybe roll for it.
What would you like me to roll?
Just want you to roll history.
20.
That's a really good
You
voice
do,
sound.
and it's very just like.
Yeah.
Roll and go. Anyway, yeah.
I'm
that's
so
what he's
proud
saying.
right now that you've taken it.
I listen to a lot of sea shanties, just in case you're wondering. For
I'll start
preparation.
singing
Oh,
along
no.
with him.
He's
Humming
big into
along.
sea shanties, just in case you're wondering.
I'll start singing along with him.
Yeah, okay. And so you start singing in, and he just comes over to you, and he's just like, he starts like kind of bouncing, like he's like,
Don't spill your
hey.
milk.
He's just kind of singing along. Now, are you really getting into it, performance?
No,
Okay,
we're keeping it low key because we're camping above
Sure.
a swamp.
Sure.
We don't want to attract attention.
He wants to like lock arms and do a dance, but then he just sees you like just singing, and you're just like,
And I'm just like, I just.
and so he's singing along. Anyway, I know.
He's very excited.
Anyone get that reference?
He is very excitable.
No, it's from Friends. Someone in the comments, tell me whether you got that reference.
Just say friends, and you probably will get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, what'd you do?
She's spilling milk all over me.
Oh well. Sorry, love. All right. So sea shanties are ring sun. So far, that's all that's happened tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you did mention
So
should she go
are
into
we all
something
going
smaller?
in? Just me?
Just to make sure I'm on the same page because I wasn't here last time.
Oh, you weren't?
Alright. We'll see you guys later.
No, Mark.
David did such a good job of playing key. It was like you were here.
I missed you for a second.
So
It's true.
we're headed down to meet with some lizard folk. We're camping above the swamp and we're thinking about scouting to go in and see what's going on.
Yeah,
Because we know nothing about this land
we're-
other than what the scouts told us.
because
that
we're
it's
supposed to
dangerous.
figure out what they're
Yeah.
doing here, right?
Yeah,
We were
why
supposed to
they
see if
decided
they
to
had,
do
like,
Figure out if
some
they're
kind of
dangerous or
plans.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something.
Well, because you know that the ship had smuggled goods. They had writings on the ship and on the
But we
in
didn't
the
tell
den.
the council that.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
But you did know that they were getting weapons, which is
Mhm.
unlike them because they make most of their weapons out of bone. And
But they don't know
rock.
that we have weapons on our boat. That
They
No, because you
wouldn't know
guys-
that we're connected to
Yeah.
the boat.
Yeah, yeah. That's the only thing that you guys kind of kept to yourselves for now.
okay. All right.
Bum-bum-bum.
So, root.
It may be good for us to scout in piece by piece, or a smaller group of us, because a full group like this could definitely alert others to our presence, but we still want to keep the rest of the party safe.
So who's good at stealthing?
Me,
He is.
And I mean, if I'm
the
a
fighter,
heal thing.
the fighter rogue is very good at stealthing.
Oops.
Oh, Bill's gone. Bye, Bill.
See ya.
Oh, there you are. Welcome back there, old.
Hi.
Hey there. Hi there, old.
How's it going?
So I will turn into this whole plane.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
sounds good.
Sit down.
Varkut.
Oceanus, he speaks and he says, I'm probably pretty good at it, but I'm not very good at sneaking. I can get in places, but obviously I got caught.
Yep. So I guess.
If I had to say my dexterity was bad or good, I'd say it's probably like a positive one.
So what kind of animals live in
A
this
1 out of
swamp?
4.
Is it a swamp, a marsh?
It's definitely a swamp.
Okay, what kind of animals live in this swamp?
Swamp animals.
So far you've only seen birds, but you can guess like snakes and
Gators.
spiders, gators.
But you gotta say gators.
Yeah, definitely that.
I guess I will use
Oh, and thank you.
wild
She's cute.
shape, and I will become a rat.
She shrinks down and begins to have
It's
the
a rat.
appearance of
Get it.
a very kind of
A dirty rat.
vaguely scaled rat.
And it's like silvery.
Yeah, it's like a silver
So
rat.
you can tell it's me.
Yeah, oh definitely.
Oh, Ratigan.
Hmm?
Dear Ratigan.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Please, anyone?
That's one of my all-time favorite
Mine
movies.
too.
David had never seen it until.
Mhm. Did you know they?
Right?
Did
Wasn't
you know
it you that you had never seen it? Right?
it's a Disney movie.
One on history. Oh, is it the
Hold on.
great?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the great.
We've watched it before.
There you go. It was originally going to be
Great what?
titled The Great Mouse Detective.
Yeah.
I never
It was
seen
originally
short
going to be
films.
titled Basil of Baker Street,
Oh,
but they renamed it.
fun fact. Did you
Sorry,
know that?
I took the milk
The
away.
more you know. Let's
Wait.
get on with it.
Okay, you were dumping it out, so you can't have it anymore. I'm sorry. Get over it.
Yeah, you need
I think
to
in
watch
every D&D
Yeah.
campaign
It's-
you have a familiar.
1986. Yeah,
troublesome.
Yeah.
it's a good kids movie.
I
Danny
just, I
Would
Glover.
you
just saw
mind
Secret of
familiar?
Nim for the first time this week.
Same era.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I
let's keep
use
going,
a
but yeah.
wild shape.
Totally.
Because we don't
and
have much time.
transform,
Unfortunately.
and then I go off towards the. Did you say there was a fire that we saw? A campfire with things, or the bird saw?
No, they did. They saw fires ahead, but it was
Okay.
probably the camp.
I'm not gonna give it to you
Oh,
because you're spilling it
no.
out. You
I
gonna
will
drink it?
not go. I will stay with the rest of the camp and keep a close eye out for surrounding.
Okay.
We will not be lighting a fire. We will be keeping it quiet.
So who's staying back at the camp?
Me?
Okay, move out of the way.
I'm gonna put my
Surely.
money cards here so
Oh.
she can hold my wallet. Okay, so you're staying with the camp,
Mm-hmm.
which is just you and Oceanus.
Here you go. Sit
Just kind
down.
of bonding.
I don't think. Who carries a $2 bill?
That's all
Several.
David gets at his work
What?
for like bonuses.
I have so many.
What?
I have so
Oh
many.
my gosh!
Like
I didn't know
Chris
that was a.
bills. Yeah,
didn't know
try
that was-
paying for things in
Here,
$2
let's not
bills.
put your
No
credit
one
card number
suspects
on
you.
camera.
Oh, if they could see that, then they deserve it. I have no money. All right. Anyway, so somehow I turned all the pages and don't know where I am. Just kidding. So you start to head down into the swamp, and you start to follow.
No, I'm staying at camp.
Okay.
Me
We-
too.
As
She's
you-
the only one.
As you
going.
head into the swamp, everything's a lot bigger. You're just kind of going through some bushes, going up some logs, going down. It's very cinematic with some light flute. Anyway, so as you make it through quite a few it takes you about 30 minutes, and you're just traveling for a while before you you start to pick up things along the way of different like croaking sounds, like frogs, but a lot deeper and more guttural.
Toads.
Yeah, like toads, except much larger.
Bullfrogs.
As you travel, I want you to roll a perception check to see if you see anything. They're cool and rare, $2 bills, but I have so many. I'm just
Do you get weird looks when you spend them?
every
Yeah.
time.
No, and especially
my
when they're
God.
like
I paid
young.
I paid for
like
$20
teenagers.
of a meal once and twos, and the person
Well, it's
was
what we
just
take to Disneyland a lot of
"What?"
time as our spending money.
They
But
think
like
I'm
when
co-
it's teenagers, they're like,
Is this real?
I have people
and they have
trade
to
out
like
the
ask
money
their,
in front
you
of
have to
it.
like ask like the manager a lot of
Can I
times. and
trade? Can I trade this for this? And so,
I don't
sure.
know. 7.
You do not see what is the cause of the croaking,
Oh, great.
but you do know that
It's
it
very
is large.
riveting.
It's very riveting. Oh gosh. The punster is back. Punisher. Punisher. I did it. I got there on my.
Punster
I got there on my own. You're welcome. Light clapping. All right. So anyway, so you get to a point in the swamp where you can kind of climb this tree, and as you look out, you see before you a wooden palisade, wooden wall with spikes, and
Let's
it
see that.
you cannot really see into it, but you know that this is definitely some kind of camp. Where'd she find that?
Jeez, you hide things in your.
What the deuce?
Okay.
Are you
Anyway.
stealing his money?
No, put it over with the rest of his money.
Anyway.
In my pocket.
Just slipping it in. You'll
Along
need
with
this
all-
later. All right.
I
So
could put it right here and like implying
don't. Don't.
we're
You're
gonna get
smelly.
flagged.
You can recover that later.
Garabo.
So
Okay.
a palisade, and the palisade is tall. It's quite tall and spiky at the top, but you don't see an entrance where you're at.
Like tall because I'm a rat, or tall in
That's
general?
a great question. It's actually tall because you're a rat. It doesn't
Oh,
look
okay.
that big. It looks maybe
So is it just-
about
It's all about
Like
6 foot.
Like there's no holes in between. It's just.
There's kind of holes in between, but it's not very it's dug in and they're placed in, so it's not totally perfect, but it serves the purpose of keeping beasts out.
Oh, okay. But I can get through.
Oh yeah, not a
Alright.
problem at all.
I get through then.
All right, well you go up to it, and sure enough, you see a few lizard folk who are all sitting with their spears, just kind of getting ready for the night, but they're chatting to each other in some weird slithering guttural sound. It's very just primal sounding, just kind of grunts and hisses, but they seem
I
to
would love an
understand each
example.
other. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? It would be so cool. But anyway,
Nina can do it. She's really good at it.
Well,
can you make the sound of a snake? Not
No.
on camera,
I
Dad.
can't perform like this.
That was really
Anyway,
cute.
so she just smiles. It's just got this like. That's all you're getting tonight.
This is why people come to the live streams for moments like
Yeah.
this. We can't edit that out.
No, and it's forever.
Forever
Anyway,
in the world.
I'm not ashamed. Go away. Anyway, I'm talking to you.
Okay. See ya.
Don't leave us. So you do get through, but you don't see very many guards. You just see a couple that are kind of sitting around.
Okay.
Very base architecture. There's huts. There is kind of a stone temple-ish that has been taken over, but it's not very well
Two
built.
monsters here.
And that's about all you see as you kind of explore this place. Now back with you guys,
I made a hut joke.
you start to hear croaking in the underbrush down towards the swamp, and you kind of have that fear of has she been eaten, but also just it's a lovely night up here. It's a bit dense, it's a bit hot.
Explain to me what kind of croaking is it? Natural, peaceful frogs, or
At
is
first, I would say yes, but over time, it's very loud, so it doesn't become peaceful. It's just kind of
Annoying.
annoying.
I would like
You
to.
could steal Dad's license.
I would like to take out a dagger and kind of poke around in the bush very quietly. See if I can
Like
find.
down towards the swamp?
Oh, from the swamp. Oh, we're
Yeah.
above the swamp. I thought it was like approaching the camp. That's my bad.
Oh no, that was no, it was my bad. Anyway, point
Good,
is,
bad, good, bad.
are you okay?
Did you have a stroke?
De good, de bad.
Oh, it's because we made a hut joke a minute ago.
Yeah.
Oh okay.
You were saying that she saw huts, and I said there are tattooing gangsters in the camp.
Oh jeez. Yes. No.
These
Um,
militia folk reported.
Fun fact: this is now Star Wars. Okay, so anyway, the kind of croaking you hear is just it's down beneath you,
Mm.
but it's definitely bigger than you're used to hearing.
I cast fireball.
I'm sure you do.
Would rather you not. I don't want to
Don't you,
kill.
you have fire, but
No.
you do have that spell.
No.
Don't you?
No, I don't have
No, not
fireball.
yet.
No.
That'd be great if you did.
No, I have rebuke.
Hellish rebuke.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so as you are walking around the camp, are you exploring more or are you heading back?
I'm exploring. I want to see how many are there.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
always Mark.
It's not me.
Mark.
Blame Jessica.
Mark. I actually didn't know it was you.
It wasn't.
Alright. What were you doing?
How many lizard folk that I can see?
A lot. You see some that
Give
look
me-
like commoners. You
Just
see
give me a ballpark.
about 30 offhand.
Okay. And do half of them look like warriors? All of them?
You feel like every one of them can handle
Okay.
themselves in a fight.
All right.
But definitely some are more warrior than others.
Okay. And
Like painted.
do they look like they're preparing for anything?
At the ready, not preparing.
Okay. All right.
She's going in and scratching in on some piece of wood,
Mhm.
her notes.
No, I have a
Utterly.
photographic memory. I'm a rat. I'll remember this.
Dirty rat.
Okay.
And suddenly, just kidding.
She's gone. Okay, she's back.
Oh, are they all like outfitted with weapons, armor?
There's quite a few with metal weapons. There's some
Okay.
that have like base weapons, which is like spears
Do
with bones
they
attached.
look similar to
Clubs.
what we have in our ship?
Yes.
Okay.
Very crude iron, nothing fancy. Some fancier.
Um,
some really
okay,
fancy.
so I'm going to head
Bad jokes. dirty
towards
jokes.
the
No.
temple
This is
area.
creepy.
Does it kind of seem like that's where like there's you said there's some in there?
I'm gonna
okay.
have you roll stealth check.
That's what I was just gonna do.
I was thinking maybe they're shaped in an inappropriate fashion.
What are you talking about?
We're having a sidebar.
Oh, okay. Stop it.
21.
21. Sweet. Could you hand me my bag of goodies? That's not it, silly. Thank you. Alright, stop.
You wanted a bag.
Thank you. Alright.
I gave you 2.
What did you roll? 21?
Yes.
They did not. The people that were watching are just like, oh, it's a rat. And you go scurrying by. It takes you like 20 minutes to get up to this because it's just a little bit longer for a rat. But you do get to the foot of the temple. It's very vine covered and dilapidated, but it seems to be in working order. People have some torches out front. A couple sentries standing guard.
Okay.
But along the way, you did see area for like hatchlings. You saw also a giant lizard, possibly a mount. You're not sure. It could be just a beast they use in battle.
Okay.
They're pretty well kitted for war if they needed to.
Okay.
Goats. They have lots of goats.
But you make it to the
Oh,
temple.
he said kitten. He said kidded.
No kittens.
No.
Now, are you
No
going in the
kidding
temple
around.
or are you going?
Yes.
Okay. So I need you to roll another stealth check. She tries to eat it.
You are
15.
putting food in my face.
She's like,
Man, all right. The sentries,
job,
the
Mina,
sentries
good
don't
job.
even notice you. They're just chatting to each other. Be like, "Did you see Steve last night?" And he's like, "Yeah," and you don't
Are
get
they
the rest of it.
lizards?
Yeah,
Are
but
they
they're
speaking in common?
no, but that's the gist of what
Oh,
the like feeling you get from it. Yeah, it's kind of intuitive. You kind of know when people are gossiping
Yeah.
in any language.
Everyone has a Steve
if you're
in their language.
if you're in a room with a bunch of people that speak another language, you know when they're talking about you. They think that you don't, but
Because they gesture at you.
especially the pointing and laughing.
you could have some strange papers in your wallet.
That's okay. I already do. Anyway,
Yeah, they're $2
So-
It's
bills.
having fun.
this is true. Throwback comedy comes in threes. All right, one more joke and you win. All right. So caffeine's hitting me. It's been a while.
I couldn't tell whether he'd snapped and I'd finally broken him and he was really angry at me.
It was
No,
a little hostile.
I'm never.
Pretty bad.
I'm never angry.
Well, you've just given me a challenge.
When
what
he's
I-
mad, he stops talking.
This is true.
Okay. As long as he's talking.
This is the curse of the bard.
And he broods.
It's true. I brood.
Yeah.
I'm a brooder.
You're
Hence
a
all,
brooding bard.
hence all the black. Anyway, so. All right. As you head in, you notice a few more sentries that you just keenly avoid. But as you enter, you see what looks to be a very tall, slender female
Okay.
lizard with a headdress of some sort. She looks to be some kind of royalty amongst them.
Okay.
She's not doing anything except watching you very keenly as you enter.
Oh crap.
She's just staring at this moving rat, and
She doesn't try to kill the rat.
she speaks in
Lizards
common.
eat rats.
She speaks in common and says, "What enters my house?" Squeak.
I'm a
And
rat.
she
I don't
just-
understand.
She just watches. So do you kind of like?
Don't
do you just
speak
kind
in
of
English.
do you just kind of sit there, or do you turn around? What are you doing? What are you doing as a rat?
I act like a rat and I scurry
You're like
away.
looking for food and stuff.
Yeah.
Like leave.
I make it look like I leave, but I don't.
Okay. She stands up and starts to walk over to your area. She doesn't draw any weapons, but she has two on her.
What's around me for me to hide behind?
There are pillars, there are braziers, there are chests, there are.
Anything against the wall?
It's kind of. No, it's a
There
temple,
are
so it's just
erasures?
very.
It's open.
I try to discover.
It's a good song.
We have less than an hour.
I know.
Stop it.
We're entertaining. We're having
This is true. All right, so not much to hide behind, but there are like a few boxes and things.
Okay, I dart behind a box,
Okay,
like trying to hide,
and so you
because
hear.
I'm trying to act like a
You
rat.
hear her footsteps and her tail dragging across the floor, and you see kind of like the shadow of her like crouch down and like start leaning to the side to where you're hiding, coming to look for you. Do you stay there or do you move around?
What do a rat do? It would-
She like pops up. Hello,
Oh!
I'm a dragonborn. I'm
I'm
kind of
so
like
sorry.
you.
His Let's get
Cousin.
out of here.
Took a wrong turn.
Where's my
wrong
where's
turn,
another
Magmar.
escape?
The only entrance is exit is this entrance.
That's the
Well,
right
like
world,
from
right?
my hiding spot.
Is that the right world?
It's about
Magmar?
15 feet away from
Is that in
you,
this world?
back behind you.
This is like
There's no windows or anything.
he's typed
Where
this
you're at
into his
Okay.
own.
Mm.
And she's looking at me.
Well, she was trying to look at you. She was looking around the box trying to see you. But you could see like the shadow of
in the
her
playroom.
squat down. and
I'm
start
just
looking.
gonna stay there unless she comes closer, and then I'll dart out towards the exit.
So you're okay, preparing that.
Here.
Okay, so as she gets close, she says, "Please, I'm not stupid. Please come out." And she just kind of looks around, and you see her hand start to like push the box a little bit.
and I run towards the exit.
Okay, she's gonna try to grab you.
Can I do like a speed check or something?
You can make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes. And I add this right here.
Yes.
Saving throw.
Yeah.
16.
Oh, you beat her.
Yes.
She grabs your tail, but you manage to wiggle out. And she says, I'll find you soon. And then you hear her start
terrifying.
yelling something. Yeah, because this giant lizard compared to her trying to catch her. You escape. Where are you headed?
I'm not gonna go directly towards the camp. I'm gonna take like a roundabout way. You know, like,
But ultimately, you're heading back.
yeah.
Okay. All right. That will
But I'm,
take
like,
you.
Zigzagging.
That will take you about 40 minutes.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Back
Where's
to
your
you.
You have to confuse their peripheral vision.
Yeah.
Serpentine.
She went straight. Where'd she go? It's like that. Anyway, that was close.
Like chameleons.
I love it. Their little hands.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Their eyes, yes.
Aren't they called chameleons?
Chameleon.
By the way,
Are
he's
you
saying this
having a
on
stroke?
purpose.
Huh?
Are you having a stroke?
Have you seen How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
He's also quoting it.
Oh. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Back at the camp.
Are you eating his
Here's-
wallet?
It's okay. It's good for them.
Oh, here's your stuff.
With this time that's going on, you're just kind of chatting. What are you chatting about? At the just kind of flavor text. What's going on at the camp?
Quiet.
Oceanus is just humming quietly to himself after you've kind of quelled his.
I'm asking Key to diverge his cultural secrets.
Should we put it in here?
Asking
or like interrogating. his
asking
son.
like intimate
Like what?
religious questions
Okay.
that might make him feel uncomfortable.
Like what? It's RP this. Come on.
Okay, all right.
Yes,
You
please
want
do.
to ask it? Ask it.
Okay, all right. We're gonna RP it. Okay.
Inspiration point for you. That's cool. I love role playing. I'm really easy to manipulate.
So, Key, tell me about your heritage.
I'm a wood elf. I grew up in the woods.
Oh, what do your people believe?
They believe in the woods. They believe in the wood. I don't. I myself have no belief in the gods of the elves or those. My heart lies with the sea and has since I was young.
So,
Though I am still young for my people, but I have been around for many ages in your time.
so where do your people draw their power?
What do you mean?
The inherent longevity of your people must come from something. Is it not a god or goddess?
From what I believe, we are gifted with this world to advance the culture, to be part of the age, to help the memory of the world. I don't know.
That's a good answer. That was a good answer for my book.
And this gift wasn't given from some other being or power.
This is canon now, by the way. It's my world. So you just write in the books. Keep going.
This power. Now, let me be clear here. I believe in no gods of the elves, of no special power granting life, in no more than what grants you power. What grants you power, little one?
Whatever I can find.
This is true.
Does not sound like any gods provide you with magic.
That is rather an uncomfortable story. The elders of my tribe believe that my mother was seduced by one of the deity pantheon for us enormous creatures.
But what do you believe?
I believe that there are many things capable of becoming what we call gods.
Is not a god just someone who has obtained the power to a level that makes them extraordinary?
Yes. But more than just extraordinary.
The croaking is getting slightly louder and closer.
And I'll hush.
And it's obvious.
I'll douse those that are talking and singing. I'll quiet them down, and I'll draw my bow, and I will quietly walk.
There's kind of
towards
like,
the noise.
the way it is it's like kind of a ridge. It's not a steep hill, but it definitely slopes at a downgrade. You
Well,
can definitely.
It's over. I have the high ground.
This is very true.
I will draw my bow, and I will draw an arrow and move toward the edge. Is it getting dark yet?
It is dark.
I do
It's
have
been
dark.
about 30 minutes since she left.
I do have dark vision.
I think we all do.
I want you to just roll perception, whoever's looking over the hill.
I will look. 8.
Looking over, you kind of just see the flames in the distance, very far, just with your magnificent eyes. But you just kind of don't look where you feel like you can kind of look around, but nothing's quite making its way into like an actual physical form. It's just stuff,
Aston.
bushes and everything.
Aston.
I
Tell
mean,
me if
I
you see
would
something.
I would see him drawing his bow, and that would kind of
Well,
make
I think it made
me
everyone nervous.
Adrenaline.
And
So I'd want to take a look too.
Oceana stands up and he says, "What do you see?"
I do not see anything, but it is what I hear. That is.
And you see him like drop, kind of like in a meditative stance. He says, "Yes, I also hear this. Why are the frogs so loud here?" And what were you doing?
I was looking in the direction he was.
Okay, so I want you to roll perception downhill.
17.
17. You see creeping very, very stealthily, almost imperceptible, a small contingent of frog-like creatures carrying spears, but they are making their way up the hill towards your group. They're about 60 feet away.
Are you gonna point?
An armed group approaches.
Where do you see them?
Just down there.
With his help, you do manage to spot a couple of them. You see kind of like a bluish sheen on on some of their skin, and they are clearly hostile. Just the way they're moving, nothing like that moves that's not hunting.
Then I will loose.
Okay,
I did have an arrow, and it was knocked.
you sure did.
Would this be? Do they see me, or would this be a?
They know you're up there. You don't know if they see you.
Oh
Clearly they're
yes, I forgot because I have something wondrous.
You braggart.
Who is an assassin? So I get. Oh, people haven't said anything on the chat in a while. You guys still out there?
Oh, they're there. They're watching. Are you watching us?
Always watching.
Always watching.
It's okay that she's coloring my notebook. I can draw around it, color
It's
around it.
just with the yellow color pencil.
Been watching Monsters Inc. lately?
No.
No. You just have it memorized anyway?
Yeah.
We
Good.
think that's what we're doing for Halloween.
Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
Nina's
fun.
gonna be
Is Dave
Boo.
gonna be
Uh-huh.
Moz?
No, he's gonna be Sully, and Henry's gonna be
Mike.
and I'm gonna be Sally. Not Sally. What's her name? Sylvia. Mike's girlfriend.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Is that her name, Sylvia?
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we were like, let's do it right now because she can be the cutest little boo.
First one.
But we have a lot of ideas. But Henry really wants to do that one. He'd be
Okay.
happy if we did Incredibles again.
Yeah.
Need to remind myself here.
Anyway, so those that are out there
Assassinate 97?
want to play a game. Okay.
You
I'm
have advantage on
down.
attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. So I
Oh,
have.
that's what you're looking up? I could
Yeah.
have told you that.
I know. I just forgot. I needed
Okay.
to remember it. So I have advantage on this attack,
Sure
Very
do.
nice.
and
Yeah.
Ooh, hold on. Let's see here.
Insert battle music. Bum, 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 bum.
Any
How long
hit
have I
you
been gone?
You actually are almost back, just so
Oh,
you
okay.
know.
But I'm not in rat form anymore.
Oh, you're not? Okay,
well,
then you're moving
I only
much
can
faster.
be in rat form for 2 hours.
Okay, well then
So-
you are actually pretty close then.
Mhm.
Thanks for telling me, because it doesn't make a difference.
can I roll a stealth to see if they see me?
Uh,
Because that would determine whether they are surprised. Isn't that right?
yes.
Or is it
No,
the
no,
inherent point that this is a surprise round?
It's a surprise round. They don't know that you see them. They
Okay.
think that they're being completely stealthy at this
So
point.
that means if they're surprised, any hit would be a critical hit.
Okay. Well, yeah, this is
'Kay.
true. As it is always.
Being the rogue multi-class. Yeah.
Good thing I have advantage.
Beautiful.
Okay, that is a
You're a very good
21 to hit.
Okay, that's a hit.
Yellow.
Which are you aiming one? There's 3 that you can see right now coming up towards
The middle one.
The middle one. Okay, he's actually the closest.
Okay, so that would be
Yayo.
We're learning colors.
8.
Royalty-free music.
Hooray!
All right.
1d8.
You might be able to hear a little bit. I don't want to.
Oh, that's a critical, so I need to roll a percentile first, right?
Really critical.
no,
Well, because it was a
because
surprise.
he was
Oh.
surprised.
Smart.
Yeah.
71.
Is anyone damage?
No,
Percent.
71%.
Oh,
Critical.
fudge.
Although I'm sure he could roll that number with a critical.
It is possible.
Yeah.
I decided during battles we're doing some music.
I like it.
I
I
need
really
it.
do.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
What? All right. Okay, so as it's crawling up, okay, so as it's crawling up the hill, you're just kind of going like this. The arrow goes through its wrist and out the back of its like bicep. It goes through both parts,
Nice.
and he's incapable of using his arm now. But you
Okay.
just hear him go, "Rrrr," and then just like, and then they all stand up and then they start to move. And were you doing another roll towards him?
No, this is my damage.
Yeah. What are your damage?
Do I roll? Is this extra? Do I do extra damage?
If you're doing the crit chart, no. But if you're not doing it, you can choose between it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is very good.
That's the way
So-
I roll.
12 plus 8. That is 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage. The good news is
He's dead.
he's not, but he's definitely bleeding harshly. Just like you just see it just falling, and he's just having a hard time standing up. Where the rest of them stand up, no problem, and start running. Roll for initiative.
Initiative.
I'm
You
surprised,
want
man.
me to as well?
Ooh,
Yes,
Good.
you're close. Okay.
12. Oh, do you need help?
I'm not playing Saw Blue. Don't want to play a game.
All right. What did you roll, Key?
23.
Good gravy. Alston.
9.
9.
I don't roll these monster numbers like he does. He's got +4. I've got a 0.
I am the dexterous piece of the party.
Party.
In the piece of the bar.
Ramses doesn't dance. He doesn't dance at the party. All right. Okay. And Key, you're up first. Surprise.
Yay!
23 is pretty darn good.
Okay, then I am going to.
Yep. Oh. A bunch of frog-like creatures come just charging up the hill.
Then I'm going to
There's
shoot to the one that was on the left,
Okay.
and I have advantage because they haven't taken.
Yeah, they're like
An attack
55
number.
feet away now. They've moved a little bit. That's about all they got. And that's standing up. Thanks.
13.
Good thing you had that advantage.
Did I hit?
No.
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 What is an inspiration point for? What can I
Inspiration
use?
point is
can
if you
reroll.
roll and you don't like that roll, you can use the inspiration point to fill that inspiration from like having this conversation with him about the gods later, and like use that to your advantage.
I would like to use an inspiration.
You'd be like, I
point.
control my fate, not you, and you shoot again. All right.
Do I get both rolls again or just one additional?
You just get one additional. 'Cause
Oh, that is much better. That is a 17.
that also, just kidding, that one hits.
Okay.
Solid. Are you shooting which one?
So I shot the one that I saw that was in the middle. I'm shooting the one to my left.
Okay. Good. Good.
Okay.
Good. Good.
Which means he is not surprised. So it's not a critical, but I
Unfortunately,
do get extra damage.
damage. Clickety clackety. Oh. Whole bunch of ones.
It's 12 points of damage,
All right.
and
Still absurd output, even when you roll ones.
Okay. And you hit the other one for
Oh!
22.
I forgot on that surprise round hit because it was a critical.
Yes.
The arrow exploded, causing half damage to those within 5
Oh,
feet.
nice. Well, all right. Half of it was 22, right? 20.
Oh.
Hold on, I'm trying to think.
I'm sorry. I'm
27.
Sorry.
That's cute. No,
Sorry.
you're fine. I love her laugh. Never.
I think it was 20.
20. Okay, so they take 10.
Potatoes is here.
Potato.
Hi, potato.
Potato.
You say potato. I say potato. Let's go have some fries. I just made that song up for you, potatoes.
It was
Merry
wonderful.
Christmas.
Why am I
Oh.
even the bard at all? All right.
That's
All
what
right.
happens when you have a non-bard do bard things.
Okay.
I should be barred from those types of things.
You hear a loud croak in the distance, and you see 3 more appear down at the bottom of the hill.
Somebody's calling the shots.
Anyway, you hear a very loud croak and some screeching ahead of you, and so
Like that.
you are coming into the frame.
Okay, I'm going to stealth because I want to see first like what's happening and see if I maybe I can get behind them or something.
Okay.
I was thinking
so
more like
roll-
that
roll
we're
the
fighting Gungans, and I'm very happy about that.
Ah,
They're like
8.
D&D's equivalent.
Yeah.
8?
yeah.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
nothing's quite clear yet through the trees, but
Oh, it's a stealth.
stealth? Oh, I'm sorry. And because of it's not clear, you're kind of tripping over yourself as you're running.
I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
Potatoes, sorry your internet's bad. You can watch the playback later. We made a big call out to you. I wrote you a quick little verse.
It was
just
a,
for you.
It was a bardic inspiration
about-
if I ever heard one.
It was about potatoes and fries.
Yeah.
Okay.
It will go in the annals of history. And next we have, it's not quite her turn. She's just
I'm so sorry.
stealthing forward. Not very stealthy, but as is. Next we have the one on the left that you shot. You see, oh gosh. He picks up his javelin and he throws it at you. Okay, so first he leaps forward 20 feet.
Bringing him within 40 feet.
Yes. He throws his spear at you, and he rolled a natural 20. So that's happening. He's
Well.
just using the double damage.
Crit and be crit.
Say that. Okay. You take 16 damage.
Woof.
Yeah,
that is
it's a
not-
solid hit, like right to the gut.
Well, that's already what I had written down because
Yeah.
I forgot that to to
Am I still in?
erase that from
Yeah, I
last
think
game.
Yeah.
Assuming that it
Your
is.
your
I'm
turn
on the
hasn't
same
come up
page,
yet. You're
yeah.
just
I know, but am I still
Oh,
in
look
the
at that.
shop?
It's already written.
yes.
It was in the face.
It's in the books.
Yeah, you are. Okay, so you take a javelin to the stomach kind of area. It kind of hits right here. Nothing truly vital, but it's definitely painful. The next one also jumps 20 feet forward, but this one starts to sing a song. It's very harsh and upsetting. I need.
Yes, you don't eat crayons.
Where's
I
some
need
people
you to
call
make
me
a
crowns?
wisdom saving throw. All of you, Oceanus included.
This is a mental effect.
This is yes, it's a wisdom saving throw.
I have advantage.
I know you.
Wisdom saving
If
throw.
it does anything for me. Alright.
Woof.
That would be a 21 for me.
Yeah.
The 18 for me.
You beat it and he beats it. Everyone beats it. But you see him just like chanting and dancing down there, trying to get like some like. You feel like this gloom kind of wash over you, but you quickly shirk it off. And now we have Tatiana's turn. You see
Shaky.
as you start to come through the trees, you see these frog creatures running up the hill, and your friends at the top.
Am I behind the frog creatures?
You are.
Do I see, how many are there?
So far you see 6. 3 in the center of the hill, 3 at the bottom of the hill, and then you heard a loud croak somewhere off to the left back side of it, where you can't see anything.
Okay. So how far am I away from the ones at the bottom of the hill?
You're about 45 feet coming through the
With my
trees.
whips.
They can go
Like
10
it.
feet.
So if I run, I can.
Yeah, if you 30 feet, 15 feet. They're just out of range.
You said they're 45 feet away.
Yes, so if you run 30 feet, you have
Wow.
still 15 feet. You're close,
Okay.
but not close
Is
enough.
there anywhere for me to?
Yeah, they haven't seen you yet.
Okay,
Are you just gonna stay there?
I'm going to. Oh. Okay, where's your book? Xanafire's Guide.
Oh, do you need me to look something up?
No, just hand me the book. Don't eat the crayons. Put your pinky back
There's
in.
crayons are the best. Where
When I
is the
told
big
her-
ugly eye? There he is.
No. When I told her not to eat crayons, she's like, "Why?"
No.
No, put your pinky back in.
Put your pinky in your mouth. There you go.
What's the
It was muting and then unmuting. It wasn't skipping.
ice knife?
It's okay, potatoes. It's okay, potatoes. Who beats you? And
Stop it.
we're glad everyone else is still here, truly. Even if you're just
Okay.
hanging out when we're in the background. Hi.
They're not in 5 feet of the creatures at the bottom of the hill, right?
No.
New.
So there's 2 at the bottom of the hill?
There's 3 at the bottom of the
3
hill.
at the bottom of the hill. Okay. I am going
They're
to
just preparing themselves
cast
for the charge.
ice knife.
Yeah, the area effect one that hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. That's why I
I
asked.
have scars.
Don't be such a baby. Okay, you can't have the crayons anymore. I'm sorry.
No. Why?
Because you're eating them. Here, color with that
Ooh.
one. Well, don't eat them. Put your pinky in your
A
mouth.
little wax is good for a child.
They're non-toxic.
Didn't you ever get waxed lips as a Halloween?
Yeah, they were hideous.
Candy,
Why?
yeah.
Why would anyone? It's just like
Cherry flavored wax lips.
Okay.
Gross.
very strange.
Nope. You can have the yellow one. But you're getting green crayon all over me. Okay. I don't need to roll anything because it's. Oh, never mind. It is a ranged attack, so I do need to roll, right?
Yes, I think that's right. You know, I can look them up here too. So if that ever comes up,
Good luck.
I mean it's
Right 18.
18 is a hit. So you're just firing in the center of them.
Yeah.
All right, what is the damage?
And I'm firing at the one that's in the middle, and then so the other 5 have to do 1d10 piercing damage. Stop eating the crayons. I can't reach my d10.
You can use yours.
What's the
One of
d10?
them.
It looks like this.
It's one of them.
Is that this one?
Yeah.
It's the one.
I don't have Mark to line up my dice like we did last time.
It's the one that has number 1 through 10.
The one with 10 sides. It's the one that has less than 12 but more than 8.
It's the, I guess it's 0 through
A
9.
4.
If you want to get technical.
4 damage.
Unless,
And then the other
unless you got
Two.
no-
Sense.
have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
So the one in the middle take 4 damage. Why do I always roll so low on damage?
That's kind of the way it is.
Like out of a D10, I roll 2.
All right. So
Stop eating it. It's gross.
Hey, that's top 80%.
Doesn't matter.
so the one in the middle takes 4 damage. The other ones take 2.
It's like the low.
Is that what you said?
What?
The one in the middle takes 4 damage. The other 2 take 2.
No. The other 2 have to do a dexterity saving throw.
8 and 4.
Okay, they didn't. Okay, so 2d6. Is that a d6?
It's the square one. My favorite gaming store growing up was 2D6.
Yes! 9!
9.
You're what?
It was a gaming
So they
store
take
here in
9
town
damage?
Yeah.
called 2D6.
Funny
when
that
we
the
were
ones
younger.
on the outer
It's right across
took
from the
more damage.
Nice.
cemetery.
Yeah,
Just to
I,
go
I,
there.
I was
Don't
wondering
color
if
on
that's,
me
yeah.
with the
Yeah.
crayons.
Okay.
That's where I got my first magic,
Yeah.
the gathering
That's
stuff.
where I got these dice.
All right.
And these
Don't get mad
dice.
at me.
I think.
All right. So now their initiatives. 13. 7. All right. So we have a problem because there's quite a few now. All right. Next we have.
Oh my gosh. Kill
Tatiana just went.
Yes.
Okay. So the one that you shot in the arm, he's running up the hill, and he's going to throw his javelin at you. Oh my gosh. 19. Does a 19 hit plus 2?
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
21 does hit.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the question that DMs often do. It's like, "Does 22 hit?" It's like, no. Okay, he rolled 6 damage on you.
6.
So another javelin just nicks you, but you just feel like your flesh tears and
Okay.
goes through you. And then we have
No.
good old Oceanus. Yay!
Stop it.
Alright, Oceanus charges down the hill with his trident. He throws his net onto the front two, and they have to make a dexterity saving throw, which they both don't make. And so they're kind of having trouble. And he just kind of stares at the other one, just like, don't do it, you know? The one that's dancing and freaking out, you know, that's trying to cause problems with you guys. So he just gave movement disadvantage to the other two. All right, top of the round.
I have not gone yet.
You don't get to go. I'm not letting you. What was your roll?
6?
9.
9, yeah.
9. Okay, sorry. Yeah, sorry about that.
Good catch, though.
I'm sorry.
Oh
Jeez.
man, I could sit here and watch, I guess.
It's fun to watch, right?
But is that really the Alston way? I don't feel that it is.
Depends.
Captain.
For some reason, I thought you went, but it was a saving throw. For some reason, that registered as a move.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry. Go on.
that was defensive.
I tried. All right, go
So, more of them showed up.
on. At the bottom, there's 6 total on the playing field.
The new ones that showed up, I am going to cast Hex on them. And they need to roll, or not Hex, Bane, sorry. I'm gonna cast Bane on
little
them.
1-year-old over here.
They need to make a Charisma saving throw.
4, 8, and 18.
So only the 18 success.
Okay. So what did the 4 and 8 do?
So minus D4 from their attack or ability throws.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, minus D4. So what do you roll?
And I am also gonna move in closer. What's that?
You're minus D4. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
The ability roll. So they roll for it. Okay.
I would assume during their attacks they would roll.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna do it now, so I don't forget.
Yeah, you're DM. Do your thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And is that your action?
That is my action, but I'm also gonna move forward.
Okay. So you're moving
30 feet.
down towards with Oceanus.
Mm-hmm.
So you both kind of charge together.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you get almost there.
Oh,
25
advantage
feet.
on that.
Full 25 is what you're going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one is close. He's like 10 feet away, and then the other two
Okay.
are back behind.
All right.
All right. Next we have
Top of the round.
top of the round. Yeah, for realsies.
Top
this
of the
time.
round.
It really happened.
Alrighty. So, in the closer realm,
Why are you doing that?
we have two that are being covered by Oceanus
Stop
and
it.
one farther back.
Yeah, it's the one that's dancing. He's not far
Stop
back though. He's like
He's not that far.
Okay.
they all leapt
How about we
forward.
read books?
How close are the
Can
close
we
to me within?
So
20
they
feet
moved.
or
They
so?
moved 20 feet, so they're about 35 feet away. I would say. Look sassy.
Sassy. Let
Sassafras.
me rub your feet.
Ooh.
More
Okay.
relaxed.
I have an idea of what I want to do, so I'm not unprepared. However,
I just did a gym. We're just look at the camera.
what is that? What is that? I am going to. I'm gonna attack the one that I hit through the arm.
Okay.
I do not have advantage, though, because he.
There's a truck behind me. I just see lights. It's the Mothman.
Um,
No, you can't have it anymore. I'm sorry.
yeah.
That was, you made a bad choice.
Oh, but the guy has taken a turn in combat, so yeah.
I tried.
Um,
He doesn't want it.
so I am going to.
Couple of things,
I'm going to use goading attack on him.
Goading attack.
So I first I have to hit.
didn't I?
It's not looking good. Not
Uh-oh.
looking good. That is a grand total of 12
No, you have to stay here.
on Senor
That-
shot through the arm.
That is not a hit, unfortunately. It whizzes just over his head as he ducks it.
Then that's my turn.
Oh,
Let's see.
man.
I am going to move
You are being
back
naughty.
just a little bit. I'm gonna move back like 20 feet.
Okay. All right. So you get kind of over the top of the hill where you can just see over the top, so you have some cover. So
Yep.
I'm going to give you about half cover on that if anything gets thrown at you,
Okay.
just because of you're like up here.
Okay.
I mean, it's the top half is pretty vital, but you still are covered. All right, and all right, it is now one of them that's trapped. He's still stuck, and he's still stuck. Wow, 3 and 4. And now it is that guy's turn. One that gets struck with an ice knife and it explodes and hurts his friends. Starts looking frantically around, and
Don't forget to apply his D4.
oh, true.
I don't know if he's one of the guys.
He's not
but-
attacking, but he is
Oh,
one of the guys. He's not attacking, but he's looking around. He does not see where it came from. He's assuming it came from up there, though.
Mm.
So you're in the clear for the moment. And then now it is your turn. Little copycat.
Alright.
Just makes noises.
I'm going to cast Frostbite on the middle one. Is that one that was looking around?
Mm-hmm.
He has to make a Constitution saving throw.
He rolled a 9.
Never mind.
That did he get less than a 9? Oh. He had a roll Constitution saving throw, and 9. He beat you with a 9.
Isn't my right here? Isn't that?
Your saving throw
Oh,
is
it's
probably
13.
higher. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I was
I
like,
was
wow,
thinking the
like,
wrong
that's
thing.
low.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was thinking the wrong
Okay,
thing.
so he fails the same.
Okay.
If that's the case, you
Thanks,
shouldn't be a
guys.
spellcaster.
No, I didn't. I thought that was this one, not this one. Hold on. Is that a D6 that I rolled?
Yes.
Oh, okay. One of these days I'll get the dice right. 6 damage, cold damage, and he has disadvantage on his next weapon attack.
Nice. Okay.
Do I have disadvantage? I do.
Where did you get this?
Okay. I'm having to add modifiers and
Nice.
things now to it. They're looking kind of crazy. All right. Next, you hear the croak again, that large, loud one.
Okay, come
you see
But this
where
time
that's
you
coming
see a big frog hop forward with
King frog.
someone sitting on top of it with a makeshift crown. He looks ridiculous, but he thinks he's awesome based off of what he sees. And he shouts and goes, "Roar!" and he points up at you. And he starts like shouting to you. You have no idea what he's saying, but you can see he's trying to communicate. And basically, it's very like this. You know what I mean? Like, look how strong I am. I'm riding a giant frog, and this is my little group. But anyway, that was his turn. That's all he did. It wasn't intimidation. It was just him coming into play. But now it is Alston's turn.
How far is he away?
He's about 80 feet down. He's at the very bottom of the hill, just
80.
behind some trees, but just coming out.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, from you? Because you move forward, so he's about 60 feet down. 65.
I am. I'm going to hex him.
Hex him.
I'm gonna hex him.
Alright, hex him. He has to roll for that, right?
Yeah, he needs. Let's see.
He rolled the 2. But what's the saving throw?
Oh, yeah.
Sounded like
Probably
Gur.
not great.
I don't even. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, roll the 2.
Opa.
Maybe that one?
I'm so glad that's making a resurgence
I know, crazy,
into
right?
pop culture.
That's
That's so
It
wonderful.
was like my
Invader
jam.
Zim.
Oh.
I used to watch that show all the time.
Are you
Oh
familiar?
yeah, we saw it pop up on Netflix.
Before it
and
was
we
like a
watched
hot
it, I
topic
was like,
thing, you know, like
Yeah, I remember watching it as a young child.
Actually, it doesn't look like they get the roll saving throw.
oh well, either way he rolled a 2.
Yeah.
I doubt that's enough, even with
Yeah.
his
Signed one.
vast bonus.
So, essentially, how he's affected is if I hit him, he takes an additional D6 necrotic, and he's also going to have disadvantage on an ability of my choice, and I'm going to choose strength.
all right, disadvantage. Cool, good to know.
Yeah, disadvantage on strength checks, or whatever. The strength ability. So if that's
Yeah.
what he uses to attack or whatever, I don't know.
You can tell he's a brute, so
And that's a bonus action, so I'm actually going to move into the nearest one to me, and I'm going to grab him,
okay.
use my channel touch.
Yeah, do it.
He needs to roll a saving throw.
Can
Okay.
you give baby a kiss?
He rolled a 3.
That is a fail.
He's not rolling well. All of them aren't rolling well on their
So
savings.
he takes.
They're rolling very well on attacks.
Oh, 20s, 19s, yeah. I mean, these are legit rolls. Like, there's nothing fudged about them.
So he takes.
I
I'm
hate
trying to
these giant
decide.
bully bugs.
I'm going to apply profane
How did
life
he
leech.
die?
Yeah, he takes 9 necrotic damage.
Water?
Oof.
You see him crumble up and die.
Oh, that killed
Is this
him.
the one that I had hit?
Yeah.
Well,
That's the one he was like all crippled in the arm.
So you come up and just grab it and he just like dies on himself.
yeah.
You see his veins like pulse black for a second. He dies.
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
I just got a character concept idea for Pathfinder 2 because for those who don't know, you can play a player class as a goblin. And how fun would it be to have a Zim character that is a goblin?
Oh, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Now so that's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next we move to top of the round.
Da-da-da.
You guys are kind of whittling them down a bit, so rounds go faster when there's less.
See, I'm going to shoot. So where he just killed the one that I had shot, how close is he to another one? Within 5 feet?
Yeah, definitely. They were all right next to each other.
Okay, I'm going to shoot the other one that is right next to him.
Okay.
Just bit me.
Bad media.
No. Ow. Don't put your fingers
Well
in
done.
her
21 on
mouth.
that one.
That is a hit.
That hurting. Can you kiss my finger
And
better?
I'm going to spend
No,
a
don't bite. Kiss it better.
I'm going to spend a superiority dice on that one.
I love superiority dice. It's like bardic inspiration.
What's
But
my
a lot more deadly.
superiority dice?
You're gonna
is
do
a-
better. This one's like, I kill you harder.
Yeah.
I don't remember the superiority dice on this one.
So it is 9:59 currently. Do you want to finish the battle?
I think we can finish the round.
Okay. I was just wondering.
I'll finish it.
Go through round. So I'm going to use goading attack. So when I hit him with weapon attack, I expend one superiority die to attempt to goad the target into attacking me. Add the superiority die into the damage roll, and he must make a Wisdom saving throw on a. So
You're not rolling well.
the DC is okay. So he failed that. So he gains disadvantage when he attacks anyone except me.
Okay. The one closest to.
What the one closest to him that is still up?
So disadvantage when attacking you.
No, disadvantage when attacking anyone but me.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what my.
I'm writing this down so when we come back to this.
That's a lot of effects
I
that have
don't,
been
yeah,
applied.
wish I have them all.
So-
Yeah.
I have a D8 for that one, a D8 for that one, and because he is within 5 feet, I get 2d6 for my sneak attack.
Okay. That's true. I love that assassin ability. It's one of the best in the game by far. It's like the monk's ability to just not fall
Right.
and get hurt.
So that is
barely
It's
know.
just
Are you okay?
10,
Choose to walk on the air.
11,
I choose to walk on air.
17 points of damage to him.
Okay. All right. So you see it strike him square in the chest, and you see he's got some little bit of like a reed armor. I mean, it's just like nothing, but it just manages
Fish
to
skin armor.
it manages to hit it and like fling it up into his neck, and he's like choking a bit because it just shattered into him. But he's not dead. But you can see he's having a hard
It's
time
more-
breathing.
It's more like he looks down at him and says, "Come on," and then fires at him. I
He's very
would.
mad by that effect. You can see him just like charging you specifically.
Yes, and that
In
will
fact,
be.
if we don't get back to this, his next move is to charge past you, which gives you an attack of opportunity. So remember that,
Okay. Because he's
because he's not focusing you;
Yeah.
he's focusing him. But he is passing you,
okay.
which gives you a melee attack.
Because
You're
he's
allowed
not,
to do a melee attack.
because he's not disengaging.
Yes,
Okay,
I just have to touch him.
and that's the end of my turn.
it's true. Okay, now it is. Let's see, we were missing some people now. Okay, all right. One of the little frog creatures that's down at the bottom is looking for you. He rolled a natural 20.
Oh.
He sees you and he croaks loudly, and then the other one turns, and they seem to be focusing you. He starts to run towards you.
Just as I did.
He leaps 20 feet.
How many are coming towards me?
2.
All of them.
Wish I could get it done. No, just
Oh,
kidding.
wait, there were 3 at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all 3. Yeah, they all 3 charge you. I hope they don't kill you. Alright,
They
So-
can't kill me. I'm a dragonborn and they're just little frogs.
the first one jumps 20 feet and he's within striking range of you because they were
Is
30
that what I'm
feet.
called, a dragonborn?
Yeah. And he makes an attack
Skyrim,
roll of
Dovahkiin.
6.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, wait.
I have rolled 3 natural 20s
I
tonight.
hate you.
Holy crud!
Well,
Good for you.
say
And
goodbye
then-
to Tatiana, guys.
And then the third
lift-
one rolled a 19.
Wait. So
I
you
rolled
had,
19s and 20s tonight
so
for attacks.
you had 2 just roll natural 20s?
No,
Oh.
one was an 8, one was a natural 20, one was a 19. So 2 are hitting you,
No.
and one happens to be doubled. But luckily, it's only a spear. Not too bad, actually.
We've all got spears.
Using 2 hands. Okay. So one has a shield, so it's a D6. Why is my D6 missing?
You don't have one.
Hello?
It doesn't
Hello?
exist.
Hello?
Hello?
You
I feel
never.
some-
Salud.
You never had
Right
one.
there?
Oh,
I
no.
found it.
Hi,
Let me
Luke.
call.
Oh,
I got
it's not your fault.
it. Of course he rolled a 6. So you take 12 damage.
So funny because last time we played,
Plus 2.
you
so-
like rolled so crappy.
I know.
Yeah.
19s and 20s for their attacks. So 12
You only
plus
roll
2,
high
so
when you
14 piercing damage.
You know, here's the funny thing, because
And then the other one rolled a
Dorkin's
1,
not
not 3.
here.
So
those are the rolls that would be Dorkin's.
Yeah, that's true.
What
True.
did I?
So-
what did that
That
say?
I
So
couldn't
the other one rolled a
Dorkin's.
12 plus 2, so 14.
Yeah.
And the other one rolled a 1 plus 2, so 3. So 12, 13, 14, 15 damage total. So they come up and start stabbing you. Your 1 gets you really good, though.
15 damage total.
Yeah, because 1 rolled a 12
Yeah.
with his crit, and it's a plus 2
Right.
to hit, to strike, which is
But then
additional.
the other one just said a 1 plus 3.
A 1 plus 2, because they're both
Oh.
plus 2 weapons for them.
Okay, so,
So total 3 plus 12.
no,
That's
4, 17.
You're right, it's
Okay.
17. I would just barely did them in my head. I'm like, nope.
You
someone-
forgot that plus 2.
Someone's sitting there like,
No,
you're
no. You know
wrong.
what's missing from 5th edition? Damage reduction.
For sure. When you're injuring them, I totally agree.
All right.
I've considered
It's my
putting
turn
that
now?
in. Yes.
Armor in other
I have a
editions
question.
provides
So are
damage
they on
reduction.
me?
Uh-huh.
Or
They're
just
like
like-
they're
If
like
you
a,
have
right
damage
against you.
reduction
They're
5, and
they're
someone
just
hits you
stabbing you,
with
attacking you,
19
then
points of
Alright.
damage, you
fuck
take 14.
I'm
every
going
attack.
Because
So
to
you
of,
get so every attack you
take a step back.
there are
So it hits
there
you
are
with-
resistances.
Guys, she's doing her signature.
Ooh, moonbeam.
I love that one.
So
She
they
takes
have
a step
to,
back, just
So they do have to roll
8 and a 2.
Constitution.
Oh wait, that
Ocho y
one's also
dos.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
that
and that one's a 4. So
Ocho y dos.
Ocho y dos. 82?
2d10.
8 and 2?
8 and
Where's my
2.
D10?
They roll 2.
Ochenta is 8.
Yeah.
Which
Uh,
one is my
again,
D10? Is that okay?
They rolled an 8, 4, and a 2 on their saves. But their attacks are 20, 19. So she moonbeams the crap out of them, is what I'm
Yep.
saying.
11.
Nice.
All of them got 11.
Por favor.
No.
And by the way, if they are shape
No
changers, they
bueno.
revert back to their original form. Just saying.
Good to know. All of them take 11 damage.
What are you doing? Stop blocking me out of my phone.
2 of them die immediately.
Do it. Where's your blinking?
2 of them die immediately.
Wow.
They just get burned, incinerated. The one that hit a natural 20 on you, you like focused on, and he just crisped up. He's gonna make a meal
He
for some
popped.
rock. But the other one is barely standing.
I just go like this.
Yeah, essentially you could. And then we have good old Toad Man. I mean the big guy.
Todrick.
Toadrick. Oh, we actually have one more up there. Oh, he rolls a 3 on attack against you. He's-
Against me?
Yeah, he saw what you did to his friend, and he's a little nervous. And then the
Are you
king,
done? Are you
he
gonna
starts
leave?
hopping
You gonna go get in your
towards up the hill.
Okay, goodbye.
Seeing his friends get burned, he's kind of
Oh,
making a
okay.
little bit like of a roundabout way. But he attempts to. Oh wait, no, he goes pretty far distance because he's on a frog thing. Okay. You see him start to see his situation that he's in, and he starts to turn the frog as he's halfway up the hill and starts to head off to the left. He's trying to leave. And Oceanus gets his turn because he didn't get to go. I totally forgot about him. And he throws his trident at him.
This is gross. I'll go get you a
And he
clean one.
hits.
Senor Toadman.
And he
Stay right
hits.
here.
Ooh, 9. Alright, so he 9 plus 2, so 11 damage. Alright, so he takes 11 damage with a trident that just like buries into him and then kind of flies off to the side. It hits the king, not the toad, so. Probably should have focused the toad, but that's what Oceanus is going for. Alright, next we have Alston.
So.
Did the guy try barreling past him yet?
No, that's. Oh, you're right. That was his turn. So he's headed past you, and you can do a melee attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab him. He's got to roll a Constitution saving throw.
All right, you rolled a 7.
Failure.
My saving throws tonight have been just garbage.
Excellent.
So as he passes by, I just 4 necrotic.
What's how much is 4?
Yeah,
4 damage.
yeah,
Okay.
4 necrotic.
Ooh. Ooh.
I,
All right.
I melted his nipple.
Ooh.
Watch my reaction.
As he runs by you, you touch him and he like trips in fear as it like starts to course through his body. He's scrambling up the hill, but even at this point, he does not go through with his attack against you, and he takes off. He's almost dead, but just that fear that hit him from you, and the fact that he's just barely hanging on for life. Imagine being at like 2 hit points. Imagine how you'd feel as a person. You feel like on death's door. Truthfully,
Yeah.
that's how he feels. He takes off running immediately, and as soon as he starts
Does that
to
mean
leave,
I get another attack of opportunity?
no,
Because he
I mean,
disengaged?
technically he's
That was
already
the
passed you.
That was the
but
one
Oh.
where you disengaged.
the good
But it
news
is your turn.
it is your turn.
How far away is King Toad?
He's about 25 feet from you.
So I
You
can
just
make
turned.
it.
Actually, yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna chase him down.
Well, I
Leap-
would say at this point he's maneuvering his frog
Yeah.
and whipping him to
Uh-huh.
go, you know,
Uh-huh.
like get away from here. Croaking sounds.
You
Yeah.
watched all his other friends croak.
That
How
he did.
how high up does he sit on his frog? How large art thy frog?
It's like 3 feet tall.
His frog's 3 feet tall.
But his leg would hang off the side, I'm sure.
Oh, it definitely is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
He's
gonna
got like a makeshift saddle
I'm
on
gonna
it, but-
run up to him and grab him.
Okay. He rolls a 13.
Failure.
Okay.
He had to beat a 15. But it is
Wait,
charisma.
what is this? Charisma?
No, Constitution, excuse me. 16.
Oh, okay, I was
It's
nervous.
Constitution and it's a 16.
Okay, he does not make it though. He rolls a 15 total.
And I'm also going to apply Profane Life Leech.
Likely.
So
You haven't
that's
yet.
not good, but that is
Aspen.
okay. He takes 11 damage.
11 damage. Ooh. Okay, he's still up, but he's very just like terrified and just feels his life force exit his body. Like he just just like oh no.
And at this point, I'm
There's
gonna
this guy with
I'm
a
gonna try to
claw.
grab onto him. Like if he
Okay.
continues moving, I'm gonna hold on.
Okay. And that is where we're going to be stopping tonight because we have party members that do need to leave. So we will be picking up at that point.
Did we kill them all?
No, there are 4 left,
And the one.
and the bullywugs. The
We've
battle
only
of the bullywugs.
So we've only killed 2?
No.
How many were there?
Oh yeah.
I killed
I
one.
killed
One's
one.
running away.
I killed
He's
2.
out. So
You
that's
killed one.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's dead. I'm sorry, I didn't delete that guy. Okay, there are 3 left. Yeah. All right, so here we go. All right, so next round,
Careful.
it's all the guys are dead next to you. Well, no,
Except one.
except one, and then we've got
But he's almost.
yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you so much for joining in. I know a lot of you are going to be watching the replay, and I appreciate that. Those that were on the live, we appreciate you. So we'll see you next time. May your rolls always be natural ones, just not natural ones. Farewell.
All the natural 20s.
Just